Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's give this a go. Cool. Okay, last Sunday after Pentecost on Antichrist. So each week I am trying to put together a video on the upcoming Sunday Gospel. So this week it's the end of the liturgical year, so we're looking at the last Sunday after Pentecost, which talks about the tribulations, all the stuff at the end of the world. Really interesting stuff. So let's see. Warning, it's a long Gospel, but yeah, everyone can cope with that because they're all grown-ups, huh? You can have kids watching too. Okay. Should be able to have kids watching. I've got kids in the background, as you can probably see. Anyway, okay. So I have to do this all over again. This is the second take because the first take didn't work. So if I look a bit over it, then that's okay. But anyway, Dominica 24 post-Pentecostal, Dominica 24 post-Pentecost, de Antichristo. The illustration, it comes from this book, Illustrations, Images of the Evangelical Gospels by Geronimo Nadal, a faithful reproduction of the original plates from the 1593 volume. So, yeah, really, really old pictures. The plate he's got is, it's got elements from the book of the Apocalypse. So it's not just about this Gospel. So I want to go through it all really quickly because the Gospel is quite long. Let's see. So it's plate 97. Here we go. Now, as usual, the words in Latin are down the bottom. So if you want to right-click and print this picture out, it makes a sort of a quirky colouring in picture. Yeah, colouring in medieval styles. Okay, here we go. Postrema. Okay, number A is at the bottom of this guy's feet. He's sitting on this throne. So it says, Postrema abominatio desolationis. Serit in templo antichristus, ostendens se tanquam deum. Postremum. The last abominatio desolationis. So, you've heard about the abomination of desolation standing in the holy place. This is from this week's Gospel. So the Antichrist is sitting in the temple, showing himself off as if he was God. Se is himself. Yeah. Tanquam deum. B is all these people. There's a little B underneath all their knees, kneeling down. Hinc adorant Judaei et infinita mortalia multitoro. So these are adoring the multitude of Jews and all peoples, mortalium multitoro, all mortals, adoring the Antichrist. Okay, then we go up to C, the stuff that's happening outside the building. C, we have the picture of the city, Jerusalem. Vastatio Hierosolimorum, et abominatio quando peritutum sacrificatum est idolis ad portam orientalem templi. So, vastatio, if you're learning classical Latin, you often start with Caesar's stuff, Caesar's Gallic Wars, and you get words like vastare, to waste. And yeah, it's like one of those jokes when you're learning Italian or something, you say, buongiorno, come sti chiama? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, you're learning conversational stuff, but when you're learning Latin, you're saying the queen wastes the village and everybody dies and there's great wailing and gnashing of teeth because the classical thing is gearing up to war, reading Caesar. But we're gearing up to reading the Bible, so we don't have quite so many words like that. So, you get nicer words reading the Bible, generally, except today. Okay. Vastatio Hierosolimorum. So Hierosolimum is Jerusalem in Latin. Whoa. Okay. Hoping this microphone is more localized, but yeah, it's all right. Everything's fine. It was just a tower of foam falling down in the background. Okay. Vastatio Hierosolimorum. Oh, they're building a city of Jerusalem maybe in the background and destroying it. Okay. I hope they don't get any ideas from the rest of it. Abominatio quando peritutum sacrificatum est idolis ad portam orientalem templi. So it's talking in the, because I got the translation because I bought the book, which you should, it's a great book to buy. So it says, laying waste to Jerusalem and the abomination, when by Titus there is sacrifice to idols at the eastern gate of the temple. So Titus would be one of the emperors, I think. So this is a historical bit which isn't in the book of the Apocalypse explicitly or in the Bible. So you get extra stuff. Okay, then on the left you got this bit of fire coming down, pointing towards these people who look very nasty. So fire, ignis jubente antichristo et sura prophetis descendit de celu, etc. Fire, obeying the Antichrist, jubente antichristo, and false prophets, pseudo prophetis, you like that? Yeah, pseudo prophetis. false prophets, descends from heaven, descendat de cielo, etc. Okay, then we go on to E. You see these two dead bodies lying on the ground. Yes, yeah, the book of the Apocalypse is great for this sort of stuff. E. Enoch et Elias veratibus et innumerus signis confectis ab antichristo interficientur et post triduum assumentur in caelum. So Enoch and Elijah are killed, interficiant, by the Antichrist because of having gathered innumerable true signs. So that would be, the true signs would be veratibus et innumerus signis. Signis is signs. So that's why I have a G in signs. If you're ever frustrated with how English is spelt half the time, it's because it's from different languages. So ecclesiastical, we say signis. Classical, we might say signis. Et post triduum assumentur in caelum. And after 3 days, they're taken up into heaven. So pretty cool. F, you see the people fighting each other? Well, actually, these guys look like they're running away and these guys look like they're going to kill them. Interficiant, yes. Profligantur et interficiuntur qui nolunt antichristum adorare, qui characterem bestiae non habent. So, profligantur et interficiuntur. So they're persecuted and killed, qui nolunt antichristum adorare, who don't want. So nolo is I don't want, volo is I do want. Yeah, willy-nilly comes from nolo and volo, sort of. Qui nolunt and qui characterem bestiae non habent. Non habent is don't have. So characterem bestiae, the character of the beast, or the mark of the beast. And lastly, G, we see Jesus coming with the clouds of heaven, with all his shining train, with the angels. The second coming of Christ, proximus adventus Christi. So proximus, I think, is the next, literally, next coming of Christ. Qui antichristum interficiat spiritu oris sui. Antichristum is interficiate. So Jesus kills the Antichrist, spiritu oris sui, with the breath of his mouth. Et illustratione adventus delebit illius potentiam. And the coming will destroy his power through revelation. Okay, well, we'll leave that there, and on to the juicy bit, which is the gospel in Latin. Okay, so it starts off as most of these gospels do, in illo témpore. Dixit Jesus discípulis suis. That's normal. In that time, Jesus said to his disciples, cum, this one means when, cum ergo vidéritis abominatiónem desolationis. So when, therefore, you see the abomination of desolation.
Isn't quando when?
Yeah, sometimes cum is with, and sometimes it's when. Yeah, quando is also when. Well done, audience. Quae dicta est Daniéle prophéta, as the prophet Daniel says. So when you see the abomination of desolation, as the prophet Daniel says, stantem in loco sancto, standing in the holy place. Loco is like location, the place, and sancto is holy, like in sanctus. Getting sidetracked. Qui legit intelligat. So I really like that one. Qui legit intelligat. He who reads, let him understand. Then, tunc. Tunc is then. Nunc is now. Tunc is then. Isn't it nice? Tunc and nunc and tunc and nunc. Tunc in qui in Judaéa sunt. So those who are in Judaéa. Fúgiant ad montes. Go to the mountains. Et qui in tecto. And who is on the roof? Non descéndat tóllere áliquid de domo sua. So don't go down to take anything out of your house. Domo is house. Et qui in agro, who's in the fields. Non revertátur. Don't turn back. Tóllere túnicam suam. To take your tunic, or his tunic. Let him who is in the field not go back to take his tunic. Okay. Ve autem pregnantibus et nutrientibus in illis diebus. So pregnantibus, you can see pregnant sort of fairly clearly there. At nutrientibus, and who gives nutrition. So woe to them who are pregnant and who give suck. It says in the regular translation, pretty sure. But yeah, nutrientibus. Yeah, I'm not breastfeeding, I'm nutrientibusing or something. I'll work on it. In those days, in illis diebus. Orate is pray. Autem, therefore, but pray that your flight, your fuga, running away, be not in the winter. Non fiat fuga vestra in hieme, vel sabbato, or on the Sabbath. Erit enim tunc tribulatio magna. There will be such great tribulation. qualis non fuit ab initio mundi, that hasn't been seen from the beginning of the world, usque modo, that's probably part of it, qualis non fuit ab initio mundi usque modo, neque fiat, neither will be. So this is the big thing, hasn't happened before, won't happen again. So there's a sort of an overlap. Some of it talks about the destruction of Jerusalem, and some of it talks about a future end of the world sort of, or maybe, I'll leave the Bible sort of stuff to you guys, you can look up. I'll just go through the Latin. And nisi, and unless breviati fuissent dies illi, so dies illi are those days. So breviati is making them briefer, shorter. So unless those days have been made shorter, non fieret salva omnis caro. So the flesh would not be saved. So the mortal people like us who are in the flesh wouldn't be saved. Sed propter electos breviabunto dies illi. So, but for those elect, those days will be shortened, will be made shorter, be made brief. And I see a comment. So hello, Andy. Okay, so I have got the comments on. See, one advantage of doing it a second time when things don't work. Okay. Tunc, si quis vobis dixerit. Then, to you they will say, no, he will say, yes, people will say to you, Ecce, hic est Christus. Who's Christus? Anyway, imagine. You made a Tower of Babel. I can't move the screen very easily to show the Tower of Babel, but it is very impressive. Maybe I'll try. Can you see this tower? It's as tall as the children are?
This thing?
Yeah, okay.
It's full of people.
It's a bit hard because we've got the light in the way too. So it's full of people.
Yep.
Okay, but we're not doing the Tower of Babel. We're doing the end of destruction of Jerusalem and stuff. So, come to the only Latin channel with the Tower of Babel in high density framing. Uh-oh.
Right. Sorry. Not even right.
Let's go. Do you want to leave it until after? I've only got like 5 minutes
I
left.
felt it too strong.
Okay. Tunc, si quis vobis dixerit ecce hic Christus. So when people say to you, behold, here's the Christ, aut illic, nolite credere. Don't believe him. Credere is to believe, and nolite is don't. So pretty much, yeah, don't believe it. Surgent enim pseudo-Christi, so there will rise pseudo-Christs, which is what Antichrist means. Used to confuse me, the idea of Antichrist. Was it like the thing that would destroy Christ, like an anti-particle? Or anyway, no, it's just a pseudo-Christ. Et pseudo-prophete, a pseudo-prophet or a fake prophet. Et dabunt signa magna et prodigia, ita ut errorum indicut. Okay. So they will give great signs and prodigies, ita ut in errorum inducantur, so even to fool, si fieri potest, if that was possible, etiam electi, even the elect, so even the saints. So you see these signs and wonders, don't believe them. Ecce predixi vobis, si ergo dixirint vobis. Ecce in deserto est, nolite exire. So, behold, I have said to you before. So pray dixi is, dixi is I've said to you, but pray means before. See, like preparing and pre something else, pre-softening or something, pre-soaking. So I've said to you before, so therefore, when they say to you, behold, he's in the desert, don't go out there. Nolite exire. Exit is go out. That's it, okay?
We killed it.
Si ergo dixerint vobis, ecce in deserto est, nolite exire. Ecce in penetralibus, so behold, he's in the cupboards or something, nolite credere, don't believe him. Sicut enim fulgor, lightning. I don't want to say this too loudly because they're going to start rigging up a lightning set behind me. But anyway, sicut enim fulgor exit ab oriente, that's east, over here. At paret usque in occidentem, the west. So just as the lightning comes from the east and goes to the west. Actually, it does that, doesn't it, from here? Or no, actually, usually the storms sort of tend to come from the west. But the lightning is usually the southerly. It doesn't matter. Okay, so just like the lightning comes from the east and goes to the west. Ita erit ad adventus filii hominis. So that will be like the coming of the Son of Man. Filii hominis is the Son of Man. Good. Then the line that I've always found a bit perplexing. Ubicumque fuerit corpus, illic congregumuntur et aquilae. Where the body is, there the eagles will gather together. So I think I've heard a couple of different explanations on this, but yeah, it's generally, where there's a body, you're going to get birds of prey coming to have a look. Yep. And fighting over which bits. Anyway, don't worry. Eagles are usually like noble birds, aren't they? So, oh no! We've got more messages. Thank you, Cybervision. Okay. Statem autem post tribulationem dierum illorum sol obscurabitur et luna non dabit. Okay, statem. So, after the tribulation, I won't worry about that bit. I'll miss there. Post tribulationem dierum illorum. So then the sun will be obscured. So the sun is covered up. Et luna, the moon, non dabit lumen suam. So dabit is will give. So the moon will not give her light. Her light. Isn't that neat? Et stelle cadent de cielo. And the stars will fall from heaven. Et virtutes, the powers of heaven. Commovebuntur. So you see that move. That's where we get the word move. So the powers, the virtutes, so virtues are powers. So when you're trying to be virtuous, you're being powerful. Virtues of heaven, the powers of heaven will be moved. So there's going to be great cataclysmic, cosmic, weird stuff happening. Et tunc, then, parebat signum filii hominis in cielo. And you see the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And tunc plungent omnes tribus terrae. And there'll be great mourning plungent. Is it weeping or something like that? I forgot to look that up last time, but yeah, mourning, weeping, groaning, yeah, also for all the tribes of the earth. Et videbunt, they will see filii hominis, Son of Man, venientem in nubibus celi, in coming on the clouds of heaven. So nubes is clouds. You remember that from rorate celi, I think, is in there. Okay, cum vitute multa et majestate. So, the filium hominis, Son of Man, venientem in nubibus celi, cum virtute multa, great power, and majestate. You can see majesty is practically written there. Majesty. Et mittet, he will send angelos suos cum tuba, with tubas, well, not actual tubas, but trumpets. Et voce magna, and big voice. And congregabunt electos eos a quatuor, yeah, unus, due, tres, quatuor. Quinque? I won't push it. Okay, quatuor ventis, from the four winds, and they'll gather the elect from the four winds. Assumis celorum usque terminos eorum. Assumis. I'm not quite sure about summis, but of heaven, also from the ends of the earth. Terminos is the ends, eorum, their ends. So then, ab arbore. We had arbor last week with a tree. Ab arbore autem fici. Fici would be of figs. From the fig tree, learn a parable. Ab arbore autem fici dicite parabolam. Cum iam ramus eos tene fuerit. So when the branch of him, well, when the fig tree's branch is tender, so green, et folia nata, and the foliage, the leaves are sprouting. Shitis, quia prope est estas. Know ye. Shitis is know ye. Quia prope est estas. Prope is close, and estas is summer. Summer is close. Ita et vos cum vidéritis haec omnia. So when you see these things, haec all these things, vidéritis is you see. Shitote, know ye. Quia prope est. It's close. It's really close. In Januis, it's at the gates. And then, last bit, Amen dico vobis. Amen dico vobis, which is the communion verse for this last few weeks. It's one of my favorites. We have to have a sung mass so we can sing it. Amen dico vobis. Amen, I say to you. Quia non praeteribit generatio haec. So this generation will not pass. Non praeteribit is it will not pass. Donec omnia haec fiant, until all these things are done. Which is a bit confusing, because when you were saying this, that was 2,000 years ago, practically. So, what does it mean? Anyway, you can find out. Ask a priest. Caelum et terra transibunt. Heaven and earth will pass. Verba autem mea. So my words, non praeteribunt, will not pass. So you can see non praeteribit for singular, non praeteribunt for plural, because verba is plural. Verbum is singular, word. Verba is plural, words. And so we've got two words for passing, transibunt and praeteribunt. So if you want to be like Gandalf and say, you shall not pass, you might say transibis or praeteribis. So you want to have a vote. If anyone knows Latin better, is it transibis or non-transibis or non-praeteribis? Let's find out. Okay, so that is the gospel reading. We've got the gospel in English, then right down the bottom you've got this handwriting thing. So let's pull up the handwriting thing, and I've made a mark on it. Let's see if I can tidy that up. Okay, last week I was saying how Father Caswell, when he did his stuff, he rearranged the order of Latin, because you can do that. The word order in Latin isn't quite as critical to the meaning of the text as it is in English, but if you change the order of the English, sometimes it doesn't make sense anymore. Okay, so there's only one thing. I think I swapped these two. So in the Latin text, actually, these two here are the opposite way around. But yeah, I swapped them around so they line up nicely. So let's just go through this. Amen means amen. Pretty simple. It's actually a Hebrew word, so you could say it's not Latin or English. Dico vobis, I say, and vobis is to you. Oh, why am I using the mouse for this? I have a pen. Okay. Quae, that. Generatio haec means this generation. Can you guess which one means generation and which one means this? Yes, haec means this. Generatio is generation. Non praeteribit, shall not pass. Donec, till. Omnia haec, all these things. So omnia is all things and haec is this. So these. And all things, I guess that would be like this. Fiant, be done. Caelum, heaven, et terra, and earth. Transibunt, shall pass. But verba mea, but my words. So verba mea, mea is my. And make a squiggle for verba, huh? Words. There. Non praeteribunt, shall not pass. There you go. So you could trace these in different colours according to the ones that match up, maybe. And that could be a nice mindful sort of exercise, or get your kids to learn foundation handwriting like we do in New South Wales. So this is New South Wales handwriting font from schoolfonts.com. Okay, so I don't think it wasn't a paid product placement. I don't actually, but I use the fonts. I bought them, yeah. So it's not a kickback or anything. I don't think I have to declare a vested interest. So there we go. So that is the web page. Okay, so if you like it, like and subscribe. What else do I say at the end? There's probably a subscribe link. There'll be a picture of my face somehow, and over there might be other videos you can watch. And let me know if these videos are actually helpful. So I'm asking this at the end. If you're still watching, you're amazing. You've had more patience than the average person. And if these are helpful, because I keep thinking, am I being a responsible parent by making YouTube videos? Yeah. It's stuff that I would prepare for my children, which I'd like to let them know, and I think they sort of pick up when I'm preparing this. But let me know. I need reassurance and stuff, or because hopefully I'll do it again tomorrow, because the Advent Gospels, actually the first Sunday of Advent is very similar to this one, so we'll be all end of the worlding again. I think that's it. So God bless us. Hopefully see you next week.